guys, welcome to our channel. In this piece, we will be talking about what is Kyve network, how it works, and how you can get involved with the network. So what is Kyve network? So basically, as more and more networks come on board, it's already certain that no single chain is going to rule them. We have multiple networks, be it layer 0 networks like Cosmos, like Polkadot. We have layer 1 networks like Ethereum, Moonbeam, and the rest of them. And then we have layer 2. And all these are attempts to scale the blockchain. So, and even we have layer 3 networks. There's no network that's going to accommodate everything. Do you know what it means? We have all the systems of the world running on one single network. I think it's going to be a massive constraint. So even if we have Ethereum 2.0, it's not going to solve the issue, right? Now, in order to ensure that there is permanence, this is where Kyve network comes in. So it's an initiative to help build a decentralized data lake. So note that a decentralized data lake that has inbuilt validation systems for the storing of data for permanence. And let me break them down. What is a data lake? A data lake is basically, if you understand the lake, it's basically storeroom for data, right? Decentralized, meaning it's not in the hand of one entity. There are several entities that are responsible for the storing of this data. And then here we're talking about permanence. You store once and then you can query. So as you can see from this place, any blockchain, or it can be any data source that wants the data to be permanently stored, through Kyve network, we upload the data, and then as Kyve network gets the data, it stores it permanently on our with, and then the data can be retrieved any time that they want. So what are the key participants in the network? We have uploaders. So what do uploaders do? They are basically the ones who, when we want to index or store a particular kind of data, we go to the uploaders. The uploaders are the ones who we upload the data from the blockchain as it is. Validators are the ones who check what the uploaders are doing. So everybody cannot be uploading. So in a network, few persons, we upload data from either the blockchain source or the third party source. The validators are the ones who will check this data, whether it matches the source, whether it is the blockchain or whatever. And then delegators. So to be a validator, you need a minimum number of Kyve tokens. But a delegator, you don't need a minimum. So if you don't maybe have the time, or you don't have the resource, or you don't have the technical know-how, then you can easily become a delegator and still contribute any rewards. Funders. So what do funders do? So when we have the funders are basically the ones who we fund an initiative to store data. So we want to store data or archive data about a particular chain. The uploaders will not get to work. Neither we validators want to validate and the data from that chain until there is a pool of incentives. So the funders are the ones who will pool resources together and say, this is how much we are willing to pay those who will validate or upload. And then a pool we actually get set in place. So let's explain the process. Zilliqa, for example, is a new pool. If, for example, the funders, we basically pool Kyve tokens together and say, okay, we are putting X amount of Kyve tokens as incentives for those who will validate and upload. And then the network can get to work. So that is how it works. So who is using Kyve? Because What is a network if nobody is using it? We have Covalent, Aurora, Near, Silica, Solana, Mina Protocol, Avalanche, Cosmos, Awiv, Mobile, and others. So who are these guys? These are the people that are backing Kyve network. So let's talk about tokenomics. This is what the team gets: ecosystem, developer, adoption program, DEX, and then funding. Sorry, it's a mistake. It's supposed to be tokenomics. So what will it be used for? It will be used as gas. So all the operations that when you want to retrieve the main currency on the network is Kyve. For staking, you have to stay. There has to be a bond, a minimum for you to be a validator. If there is nothing at stake, nobody can do anything. But when you've staked, it means that you are going to act in the best interest of the network. Funding, like I said, for pools. Delegation, if you don't have what the minimum stake, and then governance. So when they propose and say we want to create a new pool, you vote. When somebody wants to propose and say, okay, there's an improvement proposal, let's say Kyve improvement proposal, you vote on the network best interest, so you use the token. So in this is where Iweave come. So you want to be asking why Iweave. Iweave comes for permanence, and we talk about the likes of the story of the Library of Alexandria. Like I said here, not correctly saving documents is a timeless problem. The works that have been destroyed, we talk about how good the Library of Alexandria was, and everything was just burned to rubble. We see that in our internet today. Parts of it are getting deleted, and it becomes a very big problem. And then we have the blockchain. As the more the blockchain expands in terms of time, it also increases in data. So if you are a user or probably a client that want to use the blockchain, it's very tedious to actually get to use from the genesis. So most people will just prefer to be a light client. You just get headers and not the full copy of the blockchain. So if there are a few people that have full copy of the blockchain, then it can be a problem, let's say 20 years down the line. So with Iweave, you can have a permanent form of storage where you pay once, and then you can store. You can be certain that your data will be stored for the next 250 years. And then to get the network off ground, the platform is organizing an incentivized testnet where you can contribute technical activities like running nodes, finding bugs and all that. And then non-technical activities like being involved with the community, tweeting, writing articles, making videos like this, and all that. Now, if you do not store your data on Kyve, you are going to get a similar experience like this. So this is the website. So thank you very much for being my guest. Please don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe, and check out Kyve Network.